If I say Cardi B album is ass, y'all gonna say I'm a hater. What I am gonna say is, for the amount of time that we waited, which is 7 years, it just sounds like a bunch of thrown together singles. Conceptually, the album failed miserably, right? I mean, first of all, Am I the Drama? Was that just a name? With like, where's the drama? You put a diss track on there against Bia. Okay, cool. First of all, who drops a diss track on an album before leaking the diss track? Like, for one, that's a lame ass clout chasing move. But everything she do is clout chasing, so no surprise there. Lyrically, there's nothing going on here, right? No bars, no wordsmithing going on whatsoever. So you failed on that part, right? Sonistically, average, mediocre. Like it's just not there. Y'all are gonna say, "Oh, it's a good song" because y'all hear a couple songs and y'all like a couple songs. Did I like a couple songs? Yeah, a couple songs was cool. But albums are supposed to be sonic works of art that mesh together to create something, right? This is not that. This is just a bunch of thrown together singles that she's clearly created over the last 7 years. I even hear some songs that I know for a fact that Offset wrote, right? You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing going on in this album that makes any sense sonistically. Sonically, there's nothing here. This is not the measure of an album, right? The way you measure an album's the way versus how you measure a single is not the same. So if these all came out as individual songs, I was like, okay, yeah, they are all right. But the fact that this is an album and nothing meshes together, there's no message here, there's nothing here. It's like it's nothing here. It's ass. I'm sorry. It's terrible. I don't know what y'all want me to say. When the only song that I actually like genuinely liked is Safe. Shout out Kalani. You're a really real ass bitch who can always bring the magic to something. But Cardi's not even rapping on that song. Like literally, she's saying like 5 words throughout the whole song, and that's the song you drop a music video for, a song where you didn't say shit on it. Shout out Kalani, that's your song, baby. Overall, I was majorly unimpressed. It's not one song that like stood out or impressed me in any kind of way or is doing any type of numbers or jumping anything. Like I just don't see none of these songs hitting the charts, right? So overall, nothing is ever going to touch the charts. I don't see none of these songs touching the charts. This album is going to flop miserably. I'm sorry, it really is. I think all of her fans are gonna find something to like about it though. Like if that's what y'all wanted to hear. But no, the album is shit. Like it's really shit. As an album, right? Like y'all need to learn how to start measuring albums and what an album is supposed to sound like. This is not it.
You said it. Nobody else said it. I'm glad you said it. Because I don't like when Americans view music. I feel like the bunch of you guys are Nicki Minaj fans, and I really don't have time to listen to Nicki Minaj. The last time Nicki Minaj put out any kind of body of work of art was in 2014, and after that, her album after that with the ganja, yeah, could do something about that. Anything after that she released was trash. If you're gonna measure Cardi to the standards of today's music, I think she's doing very well. She's doing very well for the scale and the type of music that exists today. She's doing extremely well. That album that you call trash went platinum, and I'm sure people like you would say it's because of WAP and Up that she had in there. Like people have been listening to that album. I'm for one. There are a couple of songs that I like in there. Like it's a body of art for what exists today. I don't like when Americans view music, and I feel like it's a jealousy move. Like you don't see any type of. But anyways, let's move on. I mean, that was the longest 3 minutes of my life that I cannot take back. It was so long. I wish I took the other video instead. But we're gonna stitch the others as well. We're gonna see how Cardi made it and made some people mad. So, yeah. I love this song. Not songs, and her album. I love that very much.
So if you were on the live last night, you were able to see my real raw live reaction to the album. And I'm not going to lie, I was very indifferent. I really didn't know how I felt about it while I was listening to it. However, as of right now at 12:44 p.m., I have been listening to this album since 9 a.m. And I must say, this is an amazing body of work. From start to finish, I can absolutely tell on every track the amount of work that she put in to deliver us something great. I am so sorry if I ever thought that my girl could not deliver. So let's just go ahead and get right into it and start from the top. So the album opens up with Dead featuring Summer Walker. Summer's vocals fit this song so well to the point that I almost thought it was SZA. At some point, I feel like SZA comes onto this song. Dead is a very mature Get Up 10. Like, it's like a Get Up 10 part 2. And I do feel like that was very intentional to have as an opener for the album. However, personally, I feel like Dead would have been a great album closer. And the album could have opened up with Hello. Because going into Dead to Hello just really threw me off. That's really the only complaint that I have about the entire album. Just these two tracks not being in the right order for me. However, the song is still great. If I had to choose between Get Up 10 and Dead, I'm going to choose Get Up 10. And then we move into Hello, which obviously is going to eat in the club. Like, first of all, the beats on every song. Like, it is clear that she spent 7 years making sure that she found the perfect beat for every song because all of these beats eat. And then we move into Magnet. And that is when the whackings begin. First of all, Magnet gives me very much Gangsta Bitch music Cardi. OG old school Cardi, that is exactly who is rapping on this track. This track is probably top 5 on the album for me. Now, the girlies are saying that the shots that were thrown in Magnet were directed towards Jatavia Johnson. And to that I say, if the dildo fits, wear it. When I tell you the second verse of this song is a whack after a whack after a whack after a whack, let her get up. And then we move into Pick It Up. Again, another top 5 for me. I was really not expecting to like a song with Cardi B and Selena Gomez. However, this song eats. Like the fact that Cardi is singing on this track and you can't tell if it's Selena Gomez or Cardi. I don't know. We might need an R&B album, Sister Cat. And then we move into Imaginary Players. Of course, we've already heard that. That was a single. And then we move into Bodega Baddie. More like Bodega Overstimulation. I'm sorry. This is the only song on the album that I just cannot get jiggy with. It is so much happening on this song for the song to only be 1 minute and 44 seconds. I know that this is a song specifically for the Latin community. It's for the Latin girls, the Hispanic girls. If you like it, I love it, but I don't like it. And then we move into Salute, which again, top 5 for me. I really love when Cardi raps in that low monotone voice. It just gives boss ass bitch. Like my girl is rapping and popping hot shit on every motherfucking track. And then we move into Safe, which is absolutely going to go crazy on this here app. I feel like Kalani and Cardi together are magic. It gives me Through the Phone Part 2. Like a lot of these songs feel like a part 2 to another song, but they don't sound similar, and I think that that's what makes them great. Both look absolutely amazing in the video. I don't understand why my sister had to get shot at the end, but hey. And then we move into Man of Your Word, which is probably the most vulnerable song on this entire album. If you sit and listen to the lyrics, my sister was hurting. She was absolutely hurting and in pain. She put all of that hurt and pain into this track. I would like to know who is singing on this. Because there is nobody featured or credited, I don't know whose vocals those are, but his vocals really completed the song for me. Like listening to the lyrics of this song, first of all, fuck Offset forever. The fact that she was able to get her pain out and also still wish that nigga well, bitch, better than me. Then we move on to What's Going On and Shower Tears. Now, I could have lived without those songs, and I'm going to tell you why. I don't really care to hear about what happened with Offset. I'm not going to lie. I know that music is therapy and you need to get it out. You need to let it out so you can be free. I understand that. However, I feel like I had a front row seat to all the mess when it was happening, so I don't want to hear no songs about it. Man of Your Word was enough for me. And then we move on to Pretty and Petty. Bia. Is she still with us? I am going to have to do a part 2 for that because I can't. Bia might have to get her own video. I don't know. She might need her own memorial. Go to part.
So Cardi B's album already got platinum. Yeah. Cardi B already got platinum on her new album. Why the fuck am I not famous? Why am I not famous? If that album could get platinum, I'm trying. Why am I not famous? But shout out to her. I'm not hating, but I'm really shocked. That was fast. But I've been seeing TikTok lately, and I'm seeing that TikTok is definitely helping her. TikTok is helping her get some plays. She's definitely collaborating with TikTok. As you guys can see this cool little feature that's going on. If you want something on your profile of Cardi B's album, you have to make a video of the song and this and that third, and that explains a lot right there. That explains how artists are now getting help from TikTok. So yeah, I don't think TikTok is going nowhere because of that too as well. But she got platinum.